Oops. Yeah. Hello and good morning Welcome to Stitches and Jacks. It is Monday the 10th, I think. Monday the 10th of February. So yes, welcome. My name is Karen. I'm English. I live in the north west of England. I am a southerner by heart, but also, well, perhaps too, yeah, I've fallen in love with the Northwest. We've been up here, oh crumbs, 26 years. Yes, so I have embraced, adopted the northernness. Yes, I live with my husband, with our 4 beautiful Jack Russell, Brussels, I was going to say puppies, but yes. And we have Bronte, who's my princess. So she's going to be 13 this year, Max. And she's like smooth and sleek and like princess, like, but she can be like a bit sassy. And then we have Max, who is like mad and crazy and as if he's on something. He's taken something he shouldn't have done. He's slowing down a bit. He will be 12 this year. And then we have 2. We did have 3 of the boys. Unfortunately, one has passed away, but we have 2 of the original litter. One of my daughters had one. He has passed away, and my eldest daughter has the other one. So it's the nature. Yeah. So I'm a keen crafter. I love knitting. I love crochet. I love quilting. They're my sort of 3 main passions, but I do love doing a bit of sewing on the side. Yeah, and just like I love arts and crafts with the grandchildren. Have I said that? I have 3 wonderful children and 3 wonderful in-law-y children. I have 1 in-law child, 1 son-in-law in waiting, and then a beautiful daughter-in-law. And between them all, they have provided us with 6 wonderful grandchildren. And I could yakka all the time about them, as well as my crafting. So we're very lucky that we have them on a Thursday. That's G&G day. Yeah, the G&G creche, Grandma and Grandad creche, and they come. So, well, 5 of them come. The little one, who is 16, 17, no, he isn't, 12, 13, 14... 50, 16 months. Yeah, 16 months. We don't have him. I always feel I have to explain this. But it's because my husband has only got a 2-seater car, so we can't fit them all in. But I have been working on him to change his car, and we can have all of them. And he has agreed. So you've heard it here. He has agreed, and he's in the process of perhaps looking for something. So who knows? This year might be the year that we have all 6 of them. 3 of them are at school now, so it's a bit easier. And then we have the 2 little ones, which they are just a darling. They're like 3 and 2, and they are just so cute together. So cute. So, right, let's just get straight into it. I'm looking around because I'm thinking, oh my word, what am I going to talk to you about? I have 2 finished objects, one of which is an old whip that I've pulled out and I've completed it. I'm really, really happy that I've completed it. I have a new cast on that is a finished object, so I'm really happy with that. Oh, and I have a hoe, so I'm happy with that. So that's progress on a whip. Then I have, progress on my long-term whip for however long it's going to take me. It's a blanket. And then I have my, I don't know, is it Nemesis? I'm looking at it because it's down here, and there, oh my word, there is a saga to share. There is a saga to share. So let's start with a finished object, shall we? And where is it? It's behind me. For those of you that have been here a while, you would normally see, yeah, I was about to say beautiful quilt. And I thought, no, Karen, that little voice in my head was, don't say it's beautiful, just say a quilt. It was beautiful, and I made it. And that's very difficult for me to say because it kind of gets stuck here. But what's the point of making something if you don't like it? So, but I've made this. A lot of my quilts are, I've realised over the last sort of year, 2 years, I focused on children. So they're all, and we've got 5 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. So it's very much colours and fabrics dependent on what they're into at that time. So this is, there's my quilt on there behind it. It might fall down. Yes, yes it is. There we are. Oh my word. Didn't practice this. I'll put that over there. Oh my word, my hair is, yeah. I like to be, tidy and presentable. So it's a bit fluffy. My daughter, who's a hairdresser, she says to me, I've just got a lot of growth at the moment, which is very good for my age. So it's a bit everywhere. Yes, and also have to apologise for my makeup because I've lost my makeup bag. Oh my word. Lucky enough I had my foundation. So that's on, and then I went, when did I go? Was it Friday? I think I was tired Friday. We have them staying overnight on a Thursday. And I also didn't have my glasses on, I don't think. I just went to Tesco's. There are other supermarkets about. Whether they stock sell makeup, I don't know. But I bought this. I don't buy makeup very often, probably once every couple of years, but I'll buy a few things and then that'll be it, and then I'll just use it until it runs out. But I wanted something like like a base coat kind of thing. And they don't seem to sell single pots anymore. It's all in pallets. So I need to go somewhere that's bigger and perhaps I'll be more successful. But I got it at home. I thought, Saturday morning, I thought, I'm just going to have a play. I am more confident now with having a bit of makeup because I'm so fair. And I kind of got to that age where I don't care anymore. Whereas before, when I was younger and I was conscious if I put anything on, because I was so fair, people go, oh my word, have you seen her? Which they wouldn't have done, apart from when I was I must have been at least 17, 18. It was all the rage to have like blue mascara. So of course I was like with it, down with the kids. I was like, oh. And as I finished the day, I was a bit like, oh, my eyes are a bit like sore. And I went home. By the time I got home, my eye was closed. And the next morning, I couldn't like even open this. Well, my mum thought it was hilarious. And I imagined that I was a good girl. I'd taken all my makeup off. And I heard, she said, you can't go to work. She said, you can't see anything. And I heard her on the phone to my boss saying to her, I'm really sorry, Karen's not going to be able to come to work because she can't see. We think she's had an allergic reaction to the blue mascara. My boss was on the phone. It's a lady boss. And she was laughing, saying I did notice that she had these big blue eyes and that one of her eyes was a bit sore. But yes, I was let off. So from that incident, I've always been a bit more cautious. But now I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to wear what I want to wear. And I've got, yes, I'm very well endowed here. Always have been. And I've spotted this jumper, and I think it's a next jumper. And I was like, oh my word, I love it. I love it. I love the colour. I love the cables on it. Oh, but I can't have it because of this. And I'm like, do you know what? I'm just going to have it. Who's going to say anything? Yeah. So I'll just wear it like that. So I've got like glittery eyes on. Yeah. Lucky enough I had a spare mascara as well. And a palette that I bought, which was really cheap. And all the makeup people say, oh, you've got to spend as much as you can on it and whatever. And it'll, you'll look younger, you'll look youthful, or you put this cream on and all your creases are going like, yeah, okay. But I used this palette, I think it was £4 or £5. And do you know what, it's really nice. And I had to do a little something with my eyebrows, but I don't know whether that's actually worked. I watch Dawn from Dawn's Days and the Woven Almanac, and I have eyebrow envy, serious eyebrow envy. So yes, I'm always like, oh my word, those eyebrows are just delicious. So that's my face, that's my hair, that's my chins, and that's my jumper. Let's get into some crafting. So the brief, this is for Benjamin, who is grandson number 3. And the brief was orange. His favourite colour is orange. Likes a bit of green, but he's orange. And I was lucky enough to go to Uttoxeter Quilt Show last April, May, and I walked in, and you know when you go to these festivals and you walk in and you just spot something. I obviously had it in my mind. I was looking, and she had the most perfect like orange and green, like camouflage kind of fabric, like a batik, batik. And I was, oh my word, that's like. But the only thing was they were in 2 separate bundles, and I was trying my hardest. If you believe it, not to buy fabric that I didn't want. Yeah, I'm always going to want fabric, aren't I? That wasn't fit for purpose, shall we say. And I asked her, and I thought, I'm just going to be cheeky and say to her, is it possible you could split those? Because I really want the orange and the green. And she was like, yes, of course. So she did that. And that's what's great about going to these small businesses. They will accommodate your needs as best as they can, rather than a big conglomerate. And dinosaurs, really into dinosaurs. So I went to another fabric shop, and it was for Benjamin's birthday last September. And I went to another fabric shop, and I'd got some dinosaurs. So I was looking for something to just sort of go with it. I didn't want it all like dinosaur themed. And I went in, and she got this box of back holders. I'm like, oh my word, right, okay, I'm going to have that. So my good intentions went out the window, but I had used some of the fabric, and I thought, right, okay, I've still got 2 grandsons in reserve that are hopefully going to go through the dinosaur phase. And I go, oh, I'll make you a quilt. Oh, what do you mean your favourite colour's not orange? Don't worry about it. Go with it. So this is the back. Yeah, so that's the back. I'll have to insert some photographs so that you can see it. Oh, and I didn't even pick out the book, did I? Oh. Right, perhaps I'll put a picture in of the book, but we'll see. Right, let me show you. So this is the fabric that I got, and this reminds me of, and I don't know why, the A-Team in the 80s when I was a kid. And was it Big Daddy? No, it wasn't Big Daddy, that was wrestling. Whatever he was called. Mr. T, the big black guy, and I don't know why, and he used to wear all these like gold chunky jewellery. But it just reminds me, perhaps one of them had a waistcoat, not a waistcoat, like a puffer jacket or something. Let me stand up. So look, so this is the orange fabric, and I would never ever have chosen this in a month of Sundays. But look at the green, the binding. Oh my word. So I think I had some of this. I think this might have been in the bundle that I bought. But what made me choose the bundle was the stripe. Look at that stripe, that pattern. So I had to buy it, didn't I? Of course. I mean, there is something about boys and stripes. And my husband had a t-shirt a few years ago. He must have had it for a decade. And he is a smoker. But he'd, I don't know, burnt his cigarette? I don't know how. No, not burnt his cigarette, burnt his t-shirt. But he refused to let that t-shirt be thrown away. I don't think he's got it anymore. But yeah, look, it's just beautiful. And it's very simple. It comes together so easily. So it's 2 different size squares. So you could easily replicate this. So you got a smaller square, and then you just put a piece of fabric, like border it, and then just put it together. I will lay it out so that you can see properly, but that gives you an idea. Ooh. So, and then so it was all done before last September for Benjamin's birthday, and I think my daughter and I had a conversation, I don't know when, but it was leading up to his birthday. She is like the most beautiful, prolific crocheter. Yeah, she makes some stunning stuff. So she's found this beautiful project, this crochet blanket, but it was all squares, and you could make dinosaurs and volcanoes and I think leaves and rocks and all that kind of thing. And she was just going to use it, use like her leftovers. Both of us were a bit put off. I think we hadn't, not by each other, but we were both in awe of each other's projects. But I don't think we'd finished our conversation. So I never finished this. I think I'd sewn the binding on by machine on the front. And I always hand stitch my binding, and I like to be able to see my stitches. If you can see them, I've used, oh my word, anyway, can you see that? Yeah. And I used an orange thread, and I did show her because I said, oh, I'm a bit disheartened with all my quilts. She goes, why they're beautiful? I said, I know, but I've got so many that I haven't finished. And I said, I'll just show you, Benjamin. She goes, oh, I didn't think you started. When I showed her, she was like, oh my word, Mum, it's beautiful. Please finish it. I said, well, and then the rest is history. So I did finish it. And then I put a label on for him, because you are supposed to label your quilts. And I've used a highlighter, like a paint fabric pen. So again, orange. And I wasn't sure what to do on the label. I thought, just put why you'd made it for him, because, you know, in a few years' time, you can look back and it'll be able to say that. So, I don't know whether you can see it. It says, to Benjamin, happy 5th birthday, love Grandma. And I've put September 2024. And the reason I chose this label was because of this. Benjamin and I love flamingos. And when he was smaller, I used to take him to this bird sanctuary, which he absolutely loves. But he just used to stop dead still and just look at these flamingos. And there were certain ones that he liked, the others he wasn't that keen on, and he couldn't say flamingo, and he kept saying mingo, mingo. And funny enough, when he came last week, he brought his mingo that I'd bought him, and I'd said to him he could have something from the shop, and I think he was about, I don't know, 2 or 3, and he chose the biggest one. My husband was like, put it back, get the small one. And I'm like, just let him have it, he just really loves it. And so 2-3 years later, he's still got it, and it still stays on his bed. And I've got a little bit of footage because I took it yesterday I was aiming to podcast on Friday or Saturday, and it just didn't happen, and I'll explain why. So I took it yesterday. Yeah, picked him up when we were going to church, and then I went in and showed him his little face. And that's why I make things, because I just love their reaction. Really, really love their reaction. Right, let me just fold this up, and then so I'll pause the camera, but hopefully I'll be in front of the camera. What position I'll be in, I don't know. Okay. Don't open your eyes till Grandma tells you. Right, you can open your eyes now.
Look at that. Thank you.
Can you open it up?
Do you want to ask Mummy to open it up for you? You can move. Oh. What do you think?
Sit down, let's see what it looks like.
Oh, you want to put it on the floor?
Yeah.
You can tell you've been a quilt helper in the past. Is it?
Oh, look at that! It's amazing.
Is it orange enough, Benjamin? Yeah. Oh, bless you.
Make it.
I did make it.
How?
Oh, on the sewing machine, and you need to lift the corners up because there's something special under one of the corners, but I can't remember which one it is. Oh yes, I can. I think it's this. I think it's this corner. See if you can see. Oh, what does that say?
To Benjamin. I don't know.
Happy 5th birthday, love, Grandma. And I put the. Did I put the date on it? Yes, I think I did. September 2024.
How did you put?
Why did Grandma put a flamingo on there?
I don't know.
Who loves flamingos?
Me.
You. So that was a little special thing. So is it orange enough for you? Yes? You like that? Off the...
Not mine.
I think that'll look lovely in your room.
There we are. Yeah, so that was my quilt, my second finished object. I cast it on and cast it off, and it is a practical project that I absolutely love, and made it for my husband, and that just makes my heart sing. It's brought me so much joy making this, and I made it on the back of making the hat for Benjamin. My husband really liked it, and I said, well, if you'd like one, I said, I'll make you one. So he tried it on. I was like, okay. So when I went to Black Sheep Walls the other week with Jeanette, we were both very good. I think I bought a couple of sets of needles, and yeah, and I bought this yarn. So again, it is the King Cole Fashion Aran, but it's in the tweed, and it's, oh, does it have a colourway? Oh, Kintyre, is that it? Is that right? Yeah. Let me just put this down there. So are you ready? Here we go. Look at that. I must have, there she is in all her glory. I was showing my mum yesterday on the phone. My mum was really loud. Oh, she looks like it's on Friday night, doesn't it? Yeah, sorry if you can hear the dogs barking. So yeah, it's beautiful. I like a hat, and I like it over my ears and sort of just under. But my husband, well, yeah, he's got a bigger head than me, shall I say. So this is, yeah, it just brought me so much joy. I didn't, I made the second size up, and I missed a couple of rows out because I thought that would be better. He's put it on and he absolutely loves it. So as soon as the pictures are taken, he can wear it. So leading on to that, I went down to my local yarn shop, which is Modern Yarn, and I was asking for like an Aran yarn. I wanted to make a hat for him. I want to make sure if I'm going to put the time and effort in, even though it's a small project, that it's going to be something that my husband's going to enjoy, that he's going to like that one. I don't mind if he's going out the back walking the dogs or whatever, and if he loses it, he loses it. It wasn't that expensive. I can't remember how much it was, £3 or £4 a ball, but I bought a beautiful skein of crofter, and I've been looking at it in Michaela's shop, and I've been wanting to use it for years. And I thought, right, okay, I bought him a really beautiful jacket for Christmas, and he obviously likes it because he's been wearing it, and that's a bit light wear of the jacket, so it's a bit of a, I don't know, would you call it a minky colour, a caramelly, a latte, something like that, and I can't find it. So I think I've had a bit of a tidy up, and I tend to put everything in bags and then put it away somewhere, and it's only later I realise I haven't perhaps emptied the bag properly. So, and I think I might actually use this philosophy and make myself something. I have suddenly got a yearning to make myself a garment. I know. So I think, because I can't wear my Whitmore because it's just too big. I can wear it indoors, but I won't wear it out. So I want to make myself something. So I'm wondering whether I choose a commercial yarn. I forgot to bring that book up, the beautiful Aran book that I used for Benjamin's that I showed you last time. I would like to make myself kind of like a waistcoaty thing, but perhaps go over the shoulders, and so I haven't got the sleeves to wear, and hopefully it will knit up quite quickly, in the sense of, I don't mean speed, but I mean that it will be completed so I can still wear it when it's not so warm. Yeah, just let me get water. This is my new water bottle. So this is, my youngest daughter got a Cricut machine, and she made me lots of things. I've got like a beautiful cup, which I think I shared with you, for my herbal tea. For some reason, I like herbal tea in a glass cup. Don't know why. But yeah, she made me that. Isn't that pretty? She's so clever. And I was just laughing because I hadn't noticed. She's put, no, I can't show you because I tip it everywhere. She's put Mum on the top. Right. So that's my 2 finished objects. So my hoe is, I showed you last time. Are you ready? Mr. Jax's sock. Da! He's like 11 and a half feet. And it's really nice knitting a pair of socks because I can just go round and round. It lasts for ages. So shall I just... Oh no, that's not good. I don't know. So these are the West Yorkshire spinners, and they came out last year, and it's the Starling. And I'm mixing it with teaming it. This, which I think is it Emperor or Amethyst? Don't think. Oh yes, I do have the label. What's it called? Amethyst. I think Emperor is the purple that I used in the blanket for the coronation a couple of years ago. So I've started, and I don't know whether you have second sock syndrome, but I always try and cast the cuff on for the second sock. I think I've got a couple of rows on, so I'm ready to go. And I am very lucky to be going to a brand new yarn festival on Saturday. We're staying for the weekend, Laura and I, and we are going to the Northwest Yarn Festival in Blackpool. So it'd be lovely. So this is going to be ideal knitting that I can just, yeah, knit, chat, drink tea, eat cake, look at everything that's going to be there. Where shall I put that back where I had? Yes, and he's very funny when I make something, especially like if it's for him, like socks, to look and comment and whatever. He really enjoyed watching me like make that hat, and it whizzed up in no time. So when I was knitting that, I had to get the previous pair out because I hadn't written it down, so I really need to write down the measurements so I can just make them. These are the pair that I made last year. I can't remember who made. Well, I made them. I can't remember what the yarn is called. But these, we lost. I lost Darling's stepdad last January, and I've kind of just been get a lot of pleasure out of socks. I've just been using commercial yarn, but I think I've reached the point now where I'm maybe ready for a pattern and maybe ready for a pretty pair. I mean, these are beautiful. These remind me of All Creatures Great and Small and that kind of thing, that kind of era. So right, let's just share another project. This is a living in my beautiful bucket bag, I don't know what they're called, from So Ray Me. I was watching it at Christmas. I was like, oh, they're beautiful, they're beautiful. I really love one. And if you're in a season, it's really tempting to buy that season, but also thinking, oh, how else can you use it during the year? And this is not a great thing in a small business, that they will, if possible, they will custom make you something. So I chose this fabric, the robin, and you can have the robin all year round, can't you? We've got a great big fat one, lucky enough, that sort of lives in our garden or comes and visits us. And then this beautiful, beautiful fabric. So yes. So I've been watching Crochet Objects. I think the lady's based in Israel. And I have watched her with the troubles over there. I only found her, I think, just before Christmas, end of last year. So I've gone back, and obviously the troubles over there. And she just started this, and then it was her comfort blanket. And it's turned into my comfort blanket. I was like, right, okay, I want to do it. I've tried once before, which I think I told you last time. I thought, right, I'm going to knit 31 squares in January, and then I think by then I'll know whether I like it or love it. And I think I showed you a few last time I did like a podcast. So you ready? Are you ready? So 31. So I've gone across, in 10 rows, and then I've got my one. So what I'm aiming to do now, and I haven't touched this because of this other project, plus I wanted to be able to come back and just show you January so that I could share with you. So I'm going to come up here 2, so that means then it'll be 11. So I'm going to go across, so that's 2, 11 and 11, so that's 22, 24, and then 24, and then I'll go across, I think, another 4 for the 28 days, and then I'll start again like for March. And I don't know yet. I mean, that's kind of 5, that's 50, no, that's 10, yeah. So I don't know whether 50 will be enough, or I might need to go some more, but I think I'm going to try and get it to a length that I like, and then I'll know I can just go up. And all of these at the moment, as it stands, are just my leftovers, and they just give me so much joy. I mean, this one reminds me of Rainbow, the programme that used to be on. Whether they're the colours or not, I don't know. But yes, so I'm really, really enjoying that. Okay, let me get myself sorted. I have this really lovely practical table. I'd like to say it was £5. It might have been a bit more. I purchased it from Hobbycraft, and it's very similar, or might be exactly the same, as our Fred has. He's the artist in the family, and he had an operation probably this time last year, February, on his little toes, bless him. I think it's his second operation. So his mum bought him this because he had to have his feet elevated a few days after surgery, and it's a minor operation, not major. So he could keep his drink in there and his snacks, and he could have like his art stuff on there and his Lego and all that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, and it's amazing. And when I was in my menopausal state, it would keep everything off me. I was the only menopausal woman, I think, in the world that never had hot flushes. But if I have something on me, like, heavy, it would just, I couldn't cool down. Yeah, I've decided now. I was 59 last month in January. I'm over it. I don't know how long it lasts, but I'm done. And I told the doctor this last year. And she thought it was really funny. So yeah, I'm done. So I am currently working, yes, shall we say, currently working on the Glittering Snowscape Shawl by Stephen West. and I'm very happy because I love Stephen West. I love his patterns. Yeah, I love his ethos. I think he's very talented and he's very inclusive. So I went to Yarndale last year and I met the dyer behind under an English guy, Shirley Ann, who is hosting this yarn show, the first in the Northwest, next week. She's never done anything like this before, and she had the beautiful shawl, and I was like, oh my word, I need to get the yarn. It's the most wonderful thing I've ever seen. I mean, she thought I was a bit, I don't know, crack. She was far too polite, but she didn't have, I think, one of the shades. I said, oh, it's fine, I'll choose something that's similar, and I'm fine. I just like the overall thing. So I started. Let's just make sure I pull my needles down because I don't want to. So I started on the cream, and I think I mentioned last time that it was a bit of a slog in this colour. Beautiful, beautiful. And I think I might have mentioned to you, yeah, so I went into like my second colour, my second ball, and then it was the lace. Oh, and I have left that down. No, I haven't, it's here. Do you think I could do the lace? Oh my word, I don't know what was wrong with me. I really don't. I think 4 attempts I had to go, and I was like, rip it out. And I'm like, I can't believe I've been silly. This is not beating me. All these kind of emotions that you normally go through as a knitter crafter. I thought, right, okay, what can you do? You either rip it all back and just throw it in or you can either throw it in the naughty corner, rip it back, try again, or the third option, or you could get somebody to knit it for you. But I'm like, who do I know that would actually be able to do? Yeah, not who would want to do this when they've got their other projects. And I thought, no, I want to do it. Oh, substitute a pattern. Oh my word, a Stephen West pattern. I was like, yes. So I've got a couple of books out and I was looking. I was like, right, okay, right. Before you attempt this, because there are so many rows, so many stitches on a row, why don't you just test an alternative out? So it's supposed to look like mesh. So this was similar but different. So I'll show you my example. So this is just, so I've gone from Merino to Stylecraft DK. So for it to look like that. Sorry, I was covering my mouth. Okay, I get the gist of the idea. So I came in and I'd taken the girls to the pantomime Girls Brigade, and I got in just before 11 o'clock, and I said to my husband, I was like knitting. He stayed up, made me a cup of tea. He's like 11:30, he goes, I've got to go to bed. I said, it's fine, I'm not ready to go. And I'm like, I can do this, oh my word, I can do this, this is a great substitute. Come downstairs on Saturday morning, I was like, oh my word, what have you done? So I've done something completely different. This is my interpretation. Well, I think it works. It's lace. And do you know what? When I go to his shop one day, I'm dreaming that I'm going to go to his shop one day and I'm going to have his shawl draped up from my shoulder, and he's going to be, oh my word, I love your colourways. Oh, I love your work. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. And he's not going to turn around and go, hey, excuse me, you changed this. It'd be, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it for a number of reasons. And I reckon I was too tired. I've had about 3 weeks of not very good sleep, and I'm over it. In the sense of, yes, I want the finished object. Okay, I've tried and I can't do it. And I don't think it's my ability. I think it's just the fact that my brain is so frazzled that I couldn't do it. So I moved on. Oh well. Oh word, I hear you say, thank the Lord for that. So let's just make sure I get everything. So and I've done the next section, correct? I did the section before all the other sections. And then I'm on, I don't know what these are called, the blades. Oh, let me put this down. So here are the blades, the fans, I don't know quite what he calls them. So obviously I can knit. So I'm knitting away. And I've got, yeah, Okay, it's going to be a bit cack-handed, but I've got to go from there all the way to the end. And I'm looking at my ball of yarn. So I'm looking at my ball of yarn last night, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to have enough. I'm looking at the pattern, and then I'm sort of stroking it and looking at it, and I'm like, oh my word. So I looked at the label, and everything is in 4-ply merino, and this, because this is the colour I wanted, is wool, pure wool, and it's DK. And when I first started knitting, I thought to myself, oh, it's a bit thicker, but I'm sure that I've heard that a darker colour, the dye, it just takes to it differently and it comes up differently. I'm like, you stupid woman. What do I do? And I thought, I am not ripping this back. I am finishing. I am going to the end. But I've gone too far to perhaps alternate colours or anything. So I messaged Shirley. And this was last night and Sunday night. And I'm not saying to you, if this happens to you, do it. Don't. I was just in such a kerfuddle. I was on the border of panicking. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Because I want the shawl and I want to wear it next week because I want to show her that I love her yarn so much. I was so inspired by this beautiful piece of work that was hanging up on a shawl. And also I think if I don't finish it now, I'm going to put it down now. I'm not going to finish it. And yeah, I mean, I think if I hadn't have told you, unless you come up and stroked me, you wouldn't know. So it's over there. So bless her, she messaged me back and she was like, oh my word, it takes one other like knitter or crafter to understand your stress, your pain. And she's like, I'll have a look, because I know that she's given up the yarn dyeing and she's going to be concentrating on these events. I'd already made a cheeky purchase. Well, obviously, I didn't know that then. So, I mean, before I messaged her, I did go on the website and I was like, oh, I don't know. But lucky enough, she's had one, and bless her, she is sending it to me. So I am hoping that it comes tomorrow, if not Wednesday. And yeah, I don't know what time I'm going to go to bed. But so last night I put it away. I was like, well, I'm not knitting anymore. So my husband said, why? I said, well, I said, I'm done with it. I said, I just have to wait. No good carrying on if I can't get it. But now that Shirley has small nails up, 3 blades are put on. So that's how it comes I cast that second sock on. Oh my word, let me have some water. And it is water, not vodka. So yes. Oh, I forgot to say I have a new craft. So my new craft is something that I've wanted to do for like the last, I don't know, couple of years. And there's loads of things I want to have a try at, have a go at, but I'm so busy with everything, and I'm still searching for my word. And I have 2 words in mind. One is comfort, and one is joy. So perhaps I need a word that means like both of them, because the hat that I made for my husband, that gave me so much joy, like making it for him and thinking about him and seeing him put it on, and like his face, like he was happy to receive that. And that's the purpose for me, is to make stuff that makes me happy. And also I will make stuff for me as well. I get so much joy out of giving somebody else something. To see Benjamin yesterday, oh my word, and when he turned it over and was looking at the little bingo, it's priceless, absolutely priceless. So going back to Christmas, my daughter presented us with this tin, and any of you that have been here will have seen my kitchen, and it's got like a very slight London theme. And at Christmas I have a London Christmas tree, and it all started with 2 pictures that we had, I think that we bought the year before the Queen's Golden Jubilee, I think, and they've come with us and they're downstairs in the kitchen. And I saw this, well, I'd seen this map in John Lewis, the wallpaper, and so I thought, right, the pictures will go, that's where it's going. So we have very subtle theme. So she bought us this. I was like, oh my word. She went to Emma Bridgewater, and so she bought us a present. Yeah. Oh, perhaps I should have shown you that way. And I do really like tins. Really do like tins. I was like, oh, beautiful box of biscuits, but it wasn't. It was a voucher. So I thought, right, I'm going to use it for this. Oh, I should have got this out really, shouldn't I? Let me just put this down here. Anybody that might have seen some of my vlogmases, I did most of them up to about the 18th, 19th. I went to my quilt group. One of the ladies there, she's like, oh, I've been waiting for you. She said, we'd had a conversation, her work is superb. And she said, I've got something for you. She does a lot of hand sewing as well. So she sorted some threads out for me. I don't know whether, I might have to insert a picture here. But these are all like different threads. So I have that one. To give me a chance to try them and to look at that. That's so my colour. And to give me the opportunity to try it, to see what I think. So there's lots of like creams and like off-white, but different thicknesses. I think that's a piece of DMC. Oh, that looks like that's navy. That one. And then she's put this in, which is Anchor. She said some of them are really old. So she had sat there and she has written me on a really lovely piece of paper. Her handwriting is beautiful. And she's given me all that information. And she's put, try them out for different effects, enjoy playing. So I got myself a little hoop. Oh, excuse me. Now, I find it very hard just to play with something. The matching, all matchy. Oh, a minute, all matchy. Find it very difficult to just play with something without a purpose. But another thing I've wanted to make myself is a book sleeve so that I can put my books in my bag, and I'm very particular about them. So I'm making one up. So I think this is the back. So this is my fabric that I've chosen. And it's a beautiful batik. And these are the little stitches that I've been working on. It's only a little bit, and they're very basic. But look, I put the orange in. I started with this one, and I sort of was doing this, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to put the orange in. And I think I actually might put the maroon one in as well. But I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So yes, I'm going to continue with that. And it was just so nice. Just sitting there like with a few like stitches. Oh yes, lovely. Right, let me just pause the camera. I just need to get something. I'm just going to share with you a couple of incoming goodies. Those of you that know me know that I love a cup of tea and love different teas, and I also love tea sets. I went to my daughter's yesterday after church, and they had laid a beautiful like lunch out for us, like a buffet lunch. It was beautiful, and on the side was a teapot and a box, and I just remarked how beautiful it was, and they said, oh, you can have it if you want. And it was my son-in-law's grandmother's. They've already got two, and they've got another one in the garage. Look at this. Oh my word, how beautiful is that? I absolutely love it. And these teacups reminds me of going to my nana's and having a cup of tea, because she always drunk out of bone china, and I felt very decadent. So, and it's a beautiful little tea set. Let me see if I can hold it. I'll have to just put some pictures in. And I was like, oh, are you sure? That would be lovely. I would love it. I've got lots of tea sets. So there's teapot, milk jug, sugar bowl, 6 teacups, six plates, 6 sandwich or cake plates, and then a little serving plate. Oh my word, it's just beautiful. And I showed my husband. I was like, oh, what do you think? Do you know what? He was absolutely lovely. He went, that's really nice. Right, let me get you a second thing. So I'm going to use it. It needs a good wash. It's just dusty where it's been packed away. And I think I might start having a pot of tea at the weekends, like sitting down properly and enjoying a pot of tea. I'm having some really nice habits, and yeah, Bronte and I have really enjoyed January, like going for a walk. February's not been so much like that because I've been tired. I've really listened to my body, and I've had 2 or 3 like slow days. I'm a little bit behind in my housework. The ironing, yeah, that's a bit of a pile, but you know what? The energy will come back, and just enjoy what I'm knitting. And the fact that I am working on this shawl, this is my perseverance project at the moment. And then my youngest daughter, I babysat for her and the 3 children, and they brought me a present, and I was so delighted because I'm heavily into my jigsaws. That is a new craft, a new enjoyment, and it's given me such joy. So she's bought me this. She'd never seen anything like this before, and I hadn't. And Jane Eyre is my favourite book of all time. And it is a 2-sided jigsaw, which I've never seen before either. So it's a picture of Jane Eyre, and that's a page from her book. So I am looking forward to having a go at that. So reading, what have I been reading? Oh my word, I have read Pride and Prejudice. I don't know what search engine I went on, but it came up that this was the first edition, the first of it in a series of books. It was Sense and Sensibility. But yeah, it was just beautiful, and I just sort of raced through it, and it was lovely. If you haven't read it, give it a go. And there's some beautiful adaptations on the TV, and we're currently watching Miss Austen with Keely Hawkes. Oh my word, she's fabulous. The cast is fabulous. So it's 4 parts. It's on a Sunday night. We very rarely watch anything on the drip. We call it on the drip when you've got to wait for the next instalment. And I know that I could have watched all of it last week. My husband put it on last night. I was like, oh. And it was the fact that we'd had a Sunday dinner, and we'd had a bit of cake and a cup of tea, and I was doing my knitting and whatever. And then we watched that, and it was that Sunday feeling. So yeah, that was really lovely. So he's agreed that we'll probably finish it this coming week. But it was just lovely, to watch that. And I'm big into my poetry. Look at this. And this Angela Harding, she's the one that's done all the beautiful illustrations. Oh my word, I have just devoured that and loved it. And I think I'm going to reread it. That's something that I've also started. Sorry about that, Mr. Jacks just came in and was talking to me. The second book that I read sort of the end of January, beginning of February, was by Elizabeth Strout, and Tell Me Everything. Have you ever read a book where you've enjoyed it so much that you don't want it to end? Oh my word. She is just the most amazing storyteller. I think this is the only third novel that I have read from her, but it was just beautiful. And there were a couple of passages that were just so meaningful, so evocative, that I just said to my husband, just read this, isn't it beautiful? And he just sat there and just watched his face, and he was like, yeah, really lovely. And it's set in Maine, in America, which is a beautiful part of the world. I would love to go and see there. And it's about the town lawyer, Bob Burgess, and where he finds himself in his life. And it goes back to certain parts of his life. And there's a friendship. There's a friendship. I'll read you a bit of the blurb. It's autumn in Maine, and the town lawyer, Bob Burgess, has become enmeshed in an unfolding murder investigation, defending a lonely, isolated man accused of killing his mother. He's also fallen into a deep and abiding friendship with the acclaimed writer Lucy Barton, who lives nearby in a house next to the sea. Together, Lucy and Bob talk about their lives, their hopes and regrets, and what might have been. And it's just beautiful. The murder you don't actually get to till about halfway through, and it's kind of like in the background, and comes and then sort of go. The writing is beautiful, and it's about friendship, and it's about listening, really listening to the small details. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd share with you what else is on my list for this month. So at the moment, Sense and Sensibility. And I'm going to be reading this with a friend, which I'm like, oh my word. I had a conversation with a lady at Quilting. I never knew that she was such a Austenite. And we just, oh, lovely. And she also likes George Orwell as well. And when I'd read Wife, I asked her, so have you read it? No, she said, I know about it, I've read the review. She said, or did she say, no, she had read it. And she said it was just, it makes you not want to like him, but he was such a great writer. So it's kind of, yeah, I won't go into any more details about that conversation, but yeah, we were both, we're Austinites and we really loved George Orwell. So I'm due to go to, I think, Liverpool, hopefully, next weekend. We are planning to take all five of the, five grandchildren, I better not lose one, on the train to Liverpool, and we're going to take him to Waterstones. There is a really nice Waterstones in there with a cafe area, and they'll have lunch and whatever, and yeah, we'll just see how we get on. I want to get them all a book, but I thought perhaps I could get myself a George Orwell copy and Elizabeth Strout. So that's my reading. I've also got 2 books that I am just reading, and I want to share something. We as a family, I've been given permission to share this story with you, and the reason I've been given permission to share this story is because the person that this story is about wants to get this conversation out there, and for people, if they're having similar symptoms, to go and check it out. I've got 3 children, 2 daughters and a stepson who's sandwiched between the girls. My youngest daughter has always been, I would say, a free spirit compared to my other children. It's very hard as a parent when you have multiple children, shall we say, that you don't compare, but you do because it's natural. Never been overly worried. I'm so proud of my youngest daughter. It's her story, and I always felt that she was a free spirit. I always admired that for her. I was very, when I was brought up, that was just where I was, my situation, and I don't want to go into too much detail of it because this isn't what it's about. But my daughter has been to the doctors, and he has told her that she's got ADHD and that she's a high functioning ADHD. She went and explained everything. So she's now in the process of going through that, and it's a very, very lengthy period, very lengthy period process, very complicated. But she's been doing a lot of research. The doctor has been absolutely amazing. He has supported her 100%. And after the consultation, he turned around to her and he said, I just want to say congratulations, that well done you for getting this far in your life. He said, without this diagnosis, I'm getting emotional now because we've been going through a lot of emotions. I was thinking as a mother, oh my word, I've been such a terrible parent, I didn't realise. But the fact is that there are so many people out there that are undiagnosed, and one of the persons that we have been aware of in the last couple of years is Christina McGuinness and her story. Paddy McGuinness's, I was about to say Paddy McGuinness's wife, but the McGuinnesses, shall I say, and their children all have ADHD and autism. My daughter might be on the autism spectrum as well. So we are currently just going through that. We're having these conversations, these light bulb moments. It's almost as if it's kind of been, and this is how my daughter described it to the doctor, like a pane of glass. And that it's been a bit murky, and that we're kind of clearing it in a sense. It's not something that you can, you know, if you take a paracetamol, your headache should disappear. It's nothing like that. It's something that is, we have got to learn to live with this. We've got to learn to communicate better. And if there's anybody that thinks, some of the things we've been looking at, people have described themselves or have been described as being different, weird. Yeah, I hate that weird thing, but I kind of get it. And when I was at uni, I was thinking, oh my word, I've been to university, I've got a teaching degree, we covered this. But when I think back at it, at that time, it was, people were thinking that it was every 3 boys to one girl in a group of 4. But what they were starting to uncover, and like I graduated in 2012, is that girls are very good at masking it, and women in general are very good at masking their feelings because of the society conformity that they put on women. So we're just embracing it at the moment, and we are having conversations, we are researching it, and we are looking at YouTube. My daughter recommended this book to me, and this is Alex Partridge, and it's put now it all makes sense. And this is how my daughter feels at the moment, how an ADHD diagnosis brought clarity to my life. So yeah, we've got to be as open and honest as we can. It's a long process, a long road, but just the fact that, oh my word, okay, I can get the reason behind this now. We're looking at it from a different approach. So she's very brave that she said to me, if you want to mention this on your podcast, Mum, she said do, because she said if there are any other people out there that are having these kind of feelings, they need to go get it checked out. It may be that they are, it may be that they're not. Like we all have our own, and I don't want to be derogatory, this comment to be misconstrued at all, but we all have our quirks, whether they are sort of like autistic, ADHD, dyslexic. Some of it is my understanding is, I'm no professional, is that we all have these certain tendencies that we go through a maturity phase, and that some of them disappear, some of them stay, and some of them you're in that lane, you're on that track, you're on that path. I'm very much like, I don't like my food touching if it's supposed to, if it's like a stew or yeah, like I'm very particular where my gravy's put on my plate, and not that I will not eat my dinner, but I wouldn't enjoy it as much. What else do I do that can be funny? I like all my labels and my cupboards, but I think that might be just an organisational way. I don't like my tomatoes on my beans. I like all my tomatoes together, and I like labels facing me, so I can just open it and go, oh right, okay. That's when I could remember things before I had to take a list. Just other little things. But yes, we've got a long journey, and it's about just supporting her as best as we can. And I have absolute total admiration for how strong she is, and she has a busy life, and I hope she doesn't mind me mentioning this, but Alfie's going through the same process. It evidently runs in families, so she was filling forms in for Christmas, and I think she's nearly 2 years down the line with him. So where this path will take us, I don't know. It's not something that I intend to speak about every time you tune in, but I just thought it was worth mentioning that there are so many people out there that are undiagnosed, and that women especially are finding that they are diagnosed so late. I have a friend whose child was diagnosed at 16. Yeah, she wasn't, I was about to say caught. She wasn't fortunate enough to have that, but yeah, she's doing really well now, and they are as a family learning and working with that. So that's where we are, and I'm happy. I am happy. It isn't. I was like really sad that they hadn't diagnosed her properly, because she has suffered. She has truly suffered in time, and as a parent, that is really difficult to watch a child. But I want to leave this on a positive note. So we're going for a walk today. That's hence I'm all like wrapped up. I'm going to find myself a hat, and we're going out with a new puppy, and he's just learning to go off the lead and recall. So this is what she's training him on. She's got a cockapoo, a beautiful black cockapoo, which I'm laughing because she was on the phone like FaceTiming as she was showing us. But she's got like a charcoal grey couch, and he's dead black. And he hadn't got his eyes, well, he had got his eyes open, but we just couldn't see him. But he's got like a little grey bit here, thankfully, so when he moves his head, you can work out where he is. Well, my love, I hope that was okay. It's going to be a bit of a longer one than it has been. But yes, I just wanted to come and share that with you. So yes, keep well, keep safe. If any of you are at Blackpool at the weekend, please come and say hello. And whatever goes on in Blackpool stays in Blackpool. All right, my loves. Well, love you all, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And also, sorry, it's the last thing that I say. Thank you very much for all your love, all your comments and your encouragement. So thank you. Goodbye, my loves. I'll see you soon. Bye.